This week is the release of the updated More Than a Carpenter. As you probably know, I think it's about 120 languages and 30 million copies in print. This is arguably one of the most effective evangelistic tools of the last 40 plus years. My prayer is, why stop now? My thoughts are, let's just not keep this thing tinkering along, but let's reach this many more people into the generations. And honestly, I hesitate to say this, but I think the book is as good or better than it's ever been. It's still focused on my dad's story, of course, but it's actually about 20 pages shorter. I went through very carefully, and anytime there was kind of the same point repeated, I just took out a second quote to make it tighter, because people's attention spans, of course, are even shorter. We updated a lot of the information. There was an example of a new psychiatry point. I looked it up. I was like, okay, this is 1973. So I found it in news sources. I talked with one of the leading experts in the world today by email from Duke University on the intersection of kind of faith and spirituality and health. And he sent me an incredible quote, just arguing that Jesus could not have been a lunatic, so to speak. We respond to a few objections in this. I think it's just as powerful of a short case as one could have for Jesus. I carry copies in my bag just to give out to people. It's amazing how many times I get in conversation and say, hey, take a look at this. Let me know what you think. I'd encourage you to consider doing so. But also just think of ways to get the word out and just pray that God even opens the floodgates on this book, because my dad's story, I think, is as timely as ever for our hurting generation that needs Jesus.